Hi, welcome to the True Mask Games YouTube channel. Today, I would like to present to you something that I have been working on for the last 6 months or so. A new class for D&D 5th edition called the Infernal Vessel. The Infernal Vessel is a character that seeks to control the energies of the fiendish realms. On the one hand, of course, the energies of devils from the 9 hells. On the other hand, the energies of demons from the endless layers of the abyss. But unlike a warlock, for instance, who has a fiendish patron, the Infernal Vessel does not wish to serve these powers, it wishes to be their master. And to achieve that, the members of this class follow a very dangerous path. They summon an extremely powerful fiend, devil or demon, into their own bodies and bind it there with arcane runes, sigils, and seals that they carve, burn, or tattoo into their own flesh. From the moment of the summoning and the binding, they learn to draw more and more power from this fiend within. However, they follow an extremely dangerous path. Not only will society shun them or even maybe seek to destroy them, for of course they would perceive an infernal vessel to be in league with fiends, whether that be true or not. Not only that, but also the fiend within, kept slumbering most of the time, can awaken, and pushed too far, he can try to take control of the infernal vessel and take control of the leaking energies that come from this terrible creature. The fiend waits only for a moment of weakness to strike and destroy or corrupt its vessel. The Infernal Vessel class is both suited very well for player characters who can be good or neutral aligned, basically trying to use the power of the hells or the abyss to fight the other fiendish powers, fighting fire with fire, quite literally in this case. Or it is also very well suited as a class for an NPC, an evil character, who is after all possessed by a fiend and maybe controlled by it. Mechanic-wise, the Infernal Vessel is probably closest to a warlock or a cleric with a bit of a monk thrown in. The core power of an Infernal Vessel comes from multiple mechanics. The first one is called Wellspring of Hell. Kind of like the monk's key points, the Infernal Vessel has a number of control points that symbolize its ability to draw upon the fiend within. And doing so allows the Infernal Vessel to create fiendish effects. They can cause fear, they can summon fire, they can fuel their stamina, their strength, and their physical form, or they can even lead to mutations of their own body, giving them claws or wings for a brief amount of time, or similar things. The difference between the monk's key points or other mechanics like that and the control points is that once you run out of control points, there is a very real danger of the fiend within trying to break free, or at least partially, maybe succeeding to do so. And you can do even more. Once you hit 0 control points, you do not have to stop drawing upon the fiend's power. You can go below 0 control points. And that symbolizes that you can risk corruption and destruction to draw more and more power in this fiendish bargain. Of course, the DC for the check to keep the fiend within under control rises up higher and higher and higher. The further below 0 your control points sink. Like the warlock with his eldritch invocations, the Infernal Vessel has something called Fiendish Powers. They are specific features that you can gain every couple of levels, and you will get up to 6 of them if you level up all the way, and you can choose from a number of about 30. They are the best building blocks to make a unique character, and they can give you free spells, they can strengthen your body, they can give you permanent mutations, and many other things, depending on what kind of character you wish to choose. Like every character class in 5th edition D&D, the Infernal Vessel also has archetypes. These are called the Infernal Incarnations, and they basically symbolize what type of fiend you have bound into your own body. There are 3 options. The first one is called the Devourer. Devourers are war demons. beings. They are always hungry for bloodshed, they are always angry, and they are extremely destructive. The Devourer is fairly straightforward, and he gives you the ability to fuel your own body, to shrug off wounds that would have killed lesser mortals, and to tear your enemies apart with your bare hands, if necessary. The second archetype, the second infernal incarnation, is the Deceiver demon. The Deceiver is the manipulator, the puppet master. He's the one hiding in the shadows, taking control of the enemies around him, turning them against one another, and pitting their weaknesses and strengths against themselves. The Deceiver is very much a slow, methodical, and intricate archetype that can do terrible things to your enemies, but to do so you need to be more subtle and more mischievous than the Devourer or the Destroyer. The third and final archetype for the Infernal Vessel, at least for now, is the Destroyer. The Destroyer is the Dark Lord, the demon of greed. He wants to have everyone around him bend their knee to him and worship him as a god. And if he cannot get that worship that he so strongly desires, he will see the world burn and be destroyed around him, rather than have someone else claim this. Like, say, the Eldritch Knight or the Arcane Trickster archetypes, the Destroyer is a partially caster. He gets spell slots, and he uses this infernal magic mostly to dominate and to destroy his enemies and everything around him. And that was a brief glimpse of the Infernal Vessel class. Below the video you have a link where you can download the class. Please take a look, tell me what you think. This has been playtested to some extent, but we can always use more playtesting, especially because the Infernal Vessel is a fairly new class and quite different from most of the other classes that are currently in existence. So please give me feedback, tell me what you think, and I hope you have fun with the Infernal Vessel archetype. And until we see each other again, True Mouse Games says bye bye and good luck.